I'll go live in 3.
We good?
And we are good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back for Game 2. Sorry for the difficulties in between those two games. Aaron will now be taking over the Twitch stream for those of you wondering why there's a different person doing it. Just technical difficulties on my end, so we had to shut down the stream for a minute. But we are back and we are ready to go, so we're going to get into this Game 2. Same two teams, Team Alpha versus Team Beta, and let's get into this. They're all ready to go.
Yeah, so it was a little bit of an inconvenience, but it happens. Happens to the best of
Reserve
us.
time.
And so back into the
Dire
game, back into the
team
draft. Teams are on the same sides.
Let's see the Meepo band. Come on, guys. Tell me you learned something.
And it was an interesting first pick. The guy was actually explaining to us what happened with the first pick. He's talking about picking it last, and the guy just
10
snagged it first.
seconds remaining.
And so it was really that's really funny the way he kind of
The way you
told the
explained
story.
it.
But
Radiant
they got rid of the
team
Dro
back.
first again. Once again, pretty standard. So you don't really want to see that hero because the hero's good with, once again, just about everything. And there's a lot of other heroes, melees that are really good with it as well because they
Sven band first pick.
Dire
space.
team bad.
Yeah.
Looks like they're gearing up for the Meepo again. It made a little bit more sense why they banned
Why
the
they
Sven
banned the
first.
Sven, yeah. Yeah,
Come
and I
on,
was just now
guys. You
thinking
know you
about
need to
that.
do it. Don't let them
I
do
don't-
it to you.
I don't know if they do it.
If I would
10
be them, I
seconds
would be
remaining.
more interested in counterpicking it with the first couple picks, denying
5
it, letting
seconds
them pick
remaining.
it, and then
So I don't know
countering
about
it.
you, but my actual actual
There's the
pick
Meepo band.
is like
Radiant
it's like
team
says
bad.
that it says that Dire is banning, but actually Radiant's doing it. I don't know. It's all finicky.
Yeah, mine's doing it too.
We're primed. We're absolutely primed for some just awful issues.
Welcome to
It's bound to happen.
7.0.
Dire team
Yeah. So
pick.
hopefully we don't have any issues going into this. So the Axe ban is gonna come out. That's actually I know Get Bodied is he is a
10
notorious Axe
seconds
player.
remaining.
I don't know
But
if
I
they
don't
know
think they
that.
know
I don't
that.
think they know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
5
probably a
seconds
little
remaining.
a little on the his seat's a little off to the side, a little tilted by that one.
Reserve time.
But waiting for our first pick now from the Dire. So last game, Dire picked up some interesting heroes pretty early. We'll see if they decide to do the same. We're seeing a lot of kind of unconventional heroes being played together because of the new meta and the way it's kind of shaping out. So it's not going to be unlikely that we see that again.
I don't know if this is just my phone, Aaron, but you're not live.
I'm live. It was a 2-minute delay.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Sorry for having to bring that up on stream. I was just a little concerned. They're going to see the Batrider first pick here. That's always fun. Batrider has been a very commonly played hero recently. As I think
It's a scary
actually
hero.
Batrider is he's just
He
always
does
been
a
around.
lot of damage. Napalm is really silly. He does damage
10 seconds
via the
remaining.
fire, but you don't realize is Napalm actually does an
5
incredible amount of
seconds
damage as
remaining.
well. It makes you take so much damage. Napalm followed by anything else
Radiant
just
team
hurts.
pick.
Napalm just makes it hurt.
Vengeful
And
Spirit
it's
first pick here.
really good spell. Yeah, and the
Good
Venge
counter
is
for the Batrider. You swap
phenomenal
whoever gets
bat counter, yeah.
whoever gets lassoed gets swapped with the bat gets swapped or someone gets swapped. Doesn't really work out very well for
10 seconds
the
remaining.
bat or the one doing the swapping.
You ever think about Venge players?
5 seconds remaining.
It is bound for suicide.
Yeah, I know. That's what I
You-
that's what I meant when I said or the one
team
doing the swapping.
All right, well they're 5v1ing someone. Time to go in. Lion's a good pick. Lion's a very solid hero. Does a whole lot. He has a hex, he has a mana drain, he has a stun, and he has a nuke. He's a toolbox.
Radiant team back.
And it's really good when you pick up a blink. And Ogre is a very good hero as well. It combos really well with the bat. Bat kind of relies. You see even now, race car bats don't pick up blink, and you kind of see the relevance of high movement speed and how
10
important it is.
seconds remaining.
And with Bloodlust, it's just that much better. And Bloodlust is a good spell altogether.
5
We'll see if they
seconds
actually manage to get a
remaining.
Warlock here as well. Bloodlusted Golems are very terrifying. They do a lot of damage,
Reserve
and they
time.
don't just hit towers really hard; they hit you really hard, and it's not an enjoyable experience. Sitting in front of Bloodlusted Golems while they beat your face in.
No, it's not.
Dire team banned.
So they're gonna ban TA. Pretty reasonable. They
Might
don't
be
really
looking to
have.
pick up a puck here.
Their supports are really bad at dealing with TA as well. But yeah, it's also extremely hard puck counter. And puck's really good against Bat and Ogre.
10 seconds
might see that.
remaining.
They're gonna
Ogre's
ban the
really awkward
Clockwork. There's another
support.
respect ban
Radiant
coming
team
out.
ban.
Yeah, the Clockwork was brutal last game, but I feel like Radiant have a very good, a very diverse, like kind of hero pool. So I don't
10
know if they
seconds
are one of
remaining.
those teams that are gonna, you know,
Dire
like
team
go
ban.
for their comfort picks consistently. These players being grouped together. The Slark
Radiant
as well.
team pick.
That's 3 out of 5 of the heroes that the Radiant team played last game.
Yeah, it is.
Banned.
We did see, or we did hear before the game, we were told that they might be looking to pick up an Invoker, so we'll have to see about that.
They do have
10
a
seconds
couple notorious
remaining.
Invoker players, so maybe we'll actually see an Invoker. I know
5
one
seconds
player was talking
remaining.
about how he was going to maybe go for that, like make like try and see if he can
Reserve
get it.
time.
But it's really awkward coming from a game where
Joke.
you just played a Meepo, where Meepo was kind
Dire
of
team pick.
like walked around, did whatever you wanted while your Meepo won the game for you almost. That's what it feels like. And so playing without a Meepo, it's different change of pace. So we'll see if they can adapt to it. Jug is a good hero.
Especially with the way the changes to Invoker. Invoker is
10
like he wasn't
seconds
really an early game
remaining.
hero before, but now he's 100% a late game hero.
5
You
seconds
need to scale.
remaining.
You need to get your items. You need to get level 20. Those stats, those are really important.
Reserve
The XP
time.
gain's important. There's so many things that Invoker needs to scale into, and before he can really be useful in the new patch. So we'll have to see about that.
It's also pretty awkward to play now because of the intense mana cost of Invoke. Because usually you could leave Invoke at level 1 and it's level 20 mana cost. Now you're forced at a 60 mana cost Invoke, so you try and get Ags as fast as you can. While still trying to pick up stats here and there, because now you have significantly less stats than you had prior. You're missing out on 14 intellect, 14 intellect and 8 strength, which you had reliably before.
And they also
Now you
changed
no longer.
the what is it? They changed drums too, so they don't give as much int. So
Yeah.
even more reasons why your mana is going to be a little bit screwed.
Yeah, it's really uncomfortable playing the hero now. I played it for the first time. I'm a big Invoker player, and I played it for the first time a 2 days ago, and it was really
It's new.
it was
It's not like
yeah.
Invoker still has its place in the meta, but it's different and it's not as strong as it used to be.
Yeah, it was
Letting their reserve
Invoker's
time get really low here
yeah, I mean, like this is an
Or
important
Flame.
pick.
versus the Jug. Very smart.
Radiant
However,
team pick.
until the late game, you can't blow up that lion, and if I'm a lion, I can hex, stun, and mana drain you, and you
Dire
will not be
team
the
pick.
happiest Morphling. Of course, once he gets an E-Blade, it won't be very fun for the lion, but until that point, lion has a huge advantage on that hero.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, not to mention like when you
10 seconds remaining.
get into this like when you get into a game like
5
this as a morph,
seconds remaining.
you have to watch out for like you're natural Lincoln's buyer, but now
Reserve
you're
time.
playing against like 3 heroes that have so much single target that your Lincoln's is almost gonna be irrelevant.
Yeah.
Gonna feel like
Radiant
because
team banned.
yeah, you might
So
start with
Dragonite
missile,
into
yeah,
a
you might start with
Slardar.
swap, but so that's one of those things where it's like people don't want to pick Dragonite because he has a lot of armor, and if you pick him into a Slardar, he no longer has the armor. But other people are like, I want to pick the Dragonite because I
Dire
need something with a
team
lot of
back.
armor for the Slardar. And it's that gets a little complicated, and
The way I look at it is that your amplify damage takes away so much armor that you're not gonna out armor it anyways. So you just might as well
10
because
seconds
once you get
remaining.
to or maybe I'm wrong about this, but I've always thought once you get
5
to
seconds
0
remaining.
armor, you can't go any lower.
it's
Negative
actually
armor doesn't
incorrect.
actually.
Negative armor actually works the same way armor does in the same
Radiant
order.
Oh,
team
my
pick.
bad.
So the
I
lower
didn't
you
know
go,
that.
the more damage you're gonna take. Yeah, you will take more damage as you go lower.
Oh,
and so
wow.
that's why sometimes people will pick DK into the Slardar. Nyx Assassin's a pretty good pickup. It's really weird.
I said the
It's
9
not a very
pick,
good
in
hero
my opinion
against.
here, I think.
10
Not a very
seconds
good hero
remaining.
against Jug or Slardar. It's actually really not that good
I
against
really
Jug.
think
5
that the
seconds remaining.
Nyx Assassin here is they're scared first of all that if they pick the
Reserve
Nyx they can
time.
blow up their Batrider. Which is I don't think is the only reason they pick Nyx. I think it's really they picked it here because they don't want to see an OD. They don't want to see like an Invoker. They saw Nyx Assassin as a way to take out a bunch of those heroes from the pool, and that's why they went with it. But they're going to pick the Invoker anyways, like we were saying earlier in the draft. So we're going to see a 7.0 Invoker. That excites me. What about you?
I don't. It rustles my jimmies. Um,
No,
that's
why's
the
that?
best way. That's the best way I can put it. I can't describe to you quite exactly how I feel about playing or watching 7.0 Invokers. I'm interested to see what he builds and kind of how he goes about it. So, I mean, we'll see.
Yep. We're going to see a different mid player here and a different
Prepare for
offlaner. And
battle.
Chasers, previously their Meepo player, is now on the support. I will introduce Team Beta. You can feel free to jump on Team Alpha and introduce them. We've got Swagmander sitting on the Juggernaut here. Chasers on the Lion. We've got SunSeaSociety.gg, alright, on the Venge. Bad Bad on the Slardar. And at Kunchan on the Invoker with that beautiful Dark Artistry set. Aaron, introduce us to Team Alpha, please.
All right, Team Alpha. We've got Asombroso on the Morphling would get bodied on the Nyx Assassin, notorious Nyx player as well. We've got Zook on the Dragon Knight. On the Batrider, we have Church, who was our carry last game, and we have Raw
30
on the
seconds to
Ogre
battle.
matchup.
Let's get into the game. If you take a look here at the
me
Morphling's
one moment,
inventory,
stream.
you'll notice that he actually he opted to not go with the Wraith Band to start. He's going to go with 8 Tangos instead. He's a little worried about harass from
If
Slardar.
stream is
looking like...
if stream is curious, I'm fixing some caster settings. Go through the process of watching me do that. Welcome back.
The battle begins.
All right.
Alright, let's get into the game.
So 7.0 has absolutely ruined my frame rate for some reason, but it will it'll come with time. I'm going to solve this problem. So give me a bit of leeway here to fix what's going on, and I will see if I can handle that.
Batrider is going to start off in the mid lane here. It looks like they're going to dual lanes, but they're not going to be... Is it a support bat? We might be seeing a jungle bat here.
I actually saw that, like the Nyx, it would have been a Nyx support, which would have been pretty interesting, but it now looks like the bat is going to be, kind of playing like, he's like harassing mid,
Yeah, he is.
which is really interesting. I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh, first blood gets
Um,
drawn in the bottom lane. Didn't see that one.
We never see First
No,
Blood.
never see First
Ironically.
Blood. Ironically, yeah, I guess we're streaming for the First Blood tournament here. But we do miss First Blood here in bottom lane as Chasers picks up a kill on to the Nyx Assassin of Get Bodied. And he's going to walk back to lane there. In
Actually
top lane.
pinging out. Evoker saying, bats over here. Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm basically playing in an oil spill. Can I please get someone?
I feel so
he-
bad for this Invoker right now. It's never fun to play against Batrider, especially in the mid lane. He's just here
It's not fun to
trying
play
to get
against,
some
like,
farm.
It's not fun to play against Batrider and Dragonite when you're oiled up and then breeze fire on you. It was like he's
You're
got
all
3
looped
stacks
up
on
and
him.
then
That's
in comes
already
Dragonite, right?
yeah. I mean, it's not.
We're gonna see a
Not the
smoke here
greatest
from
experience.
Chasers and Sunsea. They might be looking to do something here.
They're pinging out. Kind of moving over towards this way, heading towards mid.
The
Let's
ward
see if
might
they
have
can do
seen the
something about this
smoke.
bat.
Yeah, they're gonna try and do something about the bat.
Oh, he's gonna
Bat-
walk right.
Oh, he
into
sees
him.
him because of
Sun's
the
gonna come
high
out.
ground ward there.
Now the stun from the lion, maybe.
Dragonite.
Dragonite's gonna come around and but
Cold
this,
snap.
they are gonna try and go for this. Cold snap's gonna come out. They're
Here's
gonna
the
get the stun
Sunstrike.
followed by the sunstrike.
Oh, he
it's
misses.
gonna miss though. Church is gonna be able to back up. He has a wind lace. He's fast enough to get away. Now they're gonna put the hex on the Dragonite, try and put some harass out. Rotation was no kill, but I wouldn't call it a failed rotation.
I think I would, considering the Batrider was able to salve up. He's back to full health.
Well, he did use a salve though.
Yeah, he did use a salve. That's true.
He did
They're
use a
gonna
salve, and he's
fountain
no
up
longer
here.
in the Invoker's lane.
Just so we realize this, they do actually have an observer ward of that fountain right there, so they're gonna catch it. Dire's gonna ping it out here though, or Drayden's gonna ping it out here though. The sentry ward they dropped is just gonna miss that ward up there, but I think they know something's up. Awesome Broso up top, he's farming better than anyone in the game right now, sitting at 16 last hits. Second place, the Jug at 13, and Invoker, poor Invoker. Our Radiant mid laner only at 4.
Yeah, he's not not loving this because you also like Wex does give you more damage now, but or excuse me, Exort, because Exort did give I mean it used to give like less damage per instance of orb. But you got passive int, so even if you had to like toggle to, you know, if you had to toggle to Quas, you know, you still have the int from Exort, and you still had a little bit of like assistance and damage there, but you almost exclusively have the last hit on Exort now without the bonus int. You're not gonna have very many stats leveling up, but he did go the Null Talisman rather than
he's gonna
we're
opt
not gonna be
away
seeing an Aquila
from the Aquila, which is weird to me because of the passive mana regen. It just seems like it's the staple early game item on Invoker now.
You still lack stats though.
Yeah.
And I mean it's still the Aquila stats are pretty bad for Invoker actually. You get 9 agility, which I mean is okay because his base agility was reduced, 6.87 I believe. But I mean it's still not that great, you know, because you are missing a lot of int, and I think the Slardar kind of he's actually gonna take a little bit of damage from the morph, but we've seen a Slardar both games, one for each team. It seems to be a favorite hero this patch for a lot of players and a lot of teams.
It was favored last patch too. It's just really, I think it's just such a strong offlaner because it was being played as a carry for a long time, but with the amplified damage, it just does so much. It's got a stun. It's really
I'm surprised
fast.
into the Venge and the Lion they didn't pick up a life stealer if they were gonna get Slardar and a Nyx Assassin. There's multiple taxis on that team.
Yeah, there are.
They did go for the morph. He's actually putting a lot of damage on Slardar. Slardar's not careful. He'll die to waveform. He does have level 3 waveform. Line's being drawn out right now at mid by this Venge. He wants to go on the Dragonite.
Oh, they might be able to get something. Venge is invisible, and Lion, he's going to drop an Obs Ward, so they're going to be able to see him. He's going to walk out. Venge, are you going to be able to do something here? It doesn't look like it. He knows something's up. He's hiding behind the safety of his tower there. He's not even coming out to last hit. This is giving a lot of space to the Invoker, who's actually almost caught up with him in last hits, which is really surprising considering how poorly the early game went for him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, once you left him alone, he seems to be doing all right.
There they go into the Dragonite.
Well. Oh,
Here comes the
Sunstrike. Come in. The Sunstrike is actually going to hit because they're going to catch him with a stun while he's in the Sunstrike.
And
He has the cold
Invoker's
step
gonna
just
get the
pace,
kill.
but he's not even going to need it. Invoker actually has the raindrops now. So, and that's pretty much how you deal with the Dragonite mid. Buy raindrops, and you don't run into a lot of problems. Meanwhile, bottom Jug doing a lot of damage to the Nyx Assassin. He's going to have to back up. He's pretty low. About 15%. He's going to have to back up into salve.
Oh, but the Sunstrike! Oh, he's just out of range in the
He turned around
salve.
to eat a tree.
I don't think it would have gotten him anyways, because he did have the regen from the salve, but it would have canceled it, and he would have been at lower health, which would have been really unfortunate for Kit Body there. He wouldn't have been able to walk back out like he is now, and it would have been a lot of missed experience.
Dragonite just picked up some tangos, looks like from, yeah, I think he had some tangos in his backpack.
Oh, maybe he did.
How do you feel about his backpack mechanic?
It's useful. I think it's been really helpful in terms of, like, buying items from the secret shop. It just makes life easier. Invoker taunting in mid, by the way, and the Venge is smoked up with the Lion, and they're looking to do something to this Ogre here. But it looks like they'll back off. Overall, I actually really like it. I found that when you TP out of base, if you have a 6 slot, it's nice.
Oh, they're gonna go on him.
Oh, they're gonna go on the
followed
Ogre
by
here.
Hex, followed by another
Here
stun.
comes the
but
Bat
Bat
Rider.
Rider's coming in. They do not want this to happen. Oh no, the Slardar's gonna get caught. Now the Crush on 2. The Morphling's gonna continue going in. What a good Molotov, but it's not gonna be quite enough. He's gonna be pretty low, but the Bat's gonna try and dive.
Cooldown and waveform is 2.
Play. The Morphling, yeah, I was about to say the Morphling has the waveform.
No waveform there. It's just
they're
gonna be
back
a
up
lot
and
of
get the,
damage
shrine
onto.
now.
Oh, there the game goes again.
Oh no, I have lost my co-caster again, fellas. We're having a lot of issues with the new patch, so please excuse us. We apologize for the inconveniences and the lack of quality via that, but this is our first official cast as well, the new patch.
Luckily, the stream didn't go down. So those of you not watching on Twitch, you can still see and hear me, which is a good thing. Just Steam as a whole, not just Dota, Steam as a whole, which is weird considering that usually these crashes are patch problems, and I don't know what's going on.
I've had significant, I've upgraded hardware, so, and I'm still having significant issues with certain frame rates at certain times, and I'm not exactly sure why, so I'm gonna look into that in between games and see if I can solve the problem, and get around that issue for those of you watching to make this a much more enjoyable experience. Shrine being pop bottom for Dire, they're gonna regen up. While mid, Joker's just farming up. Dragon Knight heading into the jungle. Popping a haste, actually. He's heading top. 3 Radiant into the top jungle now. They're going to move around. They're spotted by a creep. Ogre's going to throw out an Ignite. They're going to back up. Dragon Knight's coming in hot. He does have Dragon Form. He's going to go for it. Stun coming out on the Lion. The Slither and Crush not going to connect with anyone. And the Morphling's going to continue maybe pushing past tower. He does have Amp on him. He needs to be careful tanking tower. Now an Amp on the Dragon Eye. They might not want to do this, but they are going to be able to push. I don't think the current reading heroes that are up here are going to stop it. This might force some TPs. But bottom, Jug needs to be careful. There's actually a bat walking around in his jungle. Bat does not have lasso yet, though. And top, they're just going to continue pressuring the tower. And we got a TP. Lion TP to the shrine. And they're not going to try and do anything here. Morphling is just going to continue solo pushing tower. Slardar going to amp him up. I go on him now. Morphling with level 3 morph, though. Unlikely without a well-timed Hex that you get a kill here. Also, he's got an Ogre backing him up with a pull actually coming out as well. Oh, there's the Hex. Gonna follow by a stun, but now Morphing can start his morph. But it's not gonna be enough. He takes so much damage. Oh, it is gonna be enough with the wand and the Nyx Assassin Ravage. They're chasing the Venge into the trees. They want the Venge too. Lion just gonna back up. He's saying, "You're on your own, man." Venge just doesn't have a TP. New juke path though. Don't think the players are aware of it. And he's holding in tight. They're not gonna see him.
All right, I've got to restart.
Go ahead. He's trying to find a way out. He just wants to go buy a TP.